everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dimitri and I'm joined here by Mr. AJ, and today we are going to be discussing your metal hot takes. I gathered some of your hottest metal takes, and today AJ and I are going to be discussing some of them. So let's cut to the chase and get right into it. So starting off, I think AJ and I are going to give you our hot takes, and my metal hot take is that I just think that, like, in metal songs, if you fade it out, I just think that's a lazy way to end the song.
I think I've only been guilty of that one time. I don't think it's that serious, but...
I just think that there's more creative ways to end a song.
I don't think it matters.
In my eyes, fading out a song is only beneficial for 80s songs. 80s new wave or like pop songs. I just personally don't think that fading out a song fits in metal songs.
Okay.
AJ, what's your metal hot take?
My metal hot take is corpse paint. I feel like only people that have made like black metal in the past or currently making black metal should wear corpse paint. It's a performative art. It's for the performers. To wear corpse paint, you should be a musician.
And I can kind of add on to that by saying, if you wear corpse paint to a show and you're not performing in the band, I think it's a little corny. And I've been guilty of it before.
I've also been guilty of it. I've met a couple people in the past where they were wearing corpse paint, and I asked them what their favorite like black metal bands were, and I was like, I just like the paint. I'm like,
oh, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, guys. Ultimately, I think anyone can like put on whatever kind of makeup they want, but I agree with, like, if you're putting on corpse paint and you don't care about black metal and don't contribute to black metal in any way, I think it's a little weird.
a lot of people only know corpse paint from Lords of Chaos. Unfortunately, that's true.
That fucking movie.
No, okay. One year for Halloween, I was really lazy and I didn't have a costume. So instead of wearing a costume, I just put on corpse paint and wore my spikes.
Idiot.
And
So you went as Pelly.
No, I didn't go as Pelly. I just wore my corpse paint and my spikes.
Which
And
totally doesn't look like Pelly.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I was walking around town and it was either people that didn't speak English asking to take pictures of me, or people walking by and saying, Lords of Chaos!
Are you for real?
Yeah, I'm being so
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough.
Alright, moving on to your hot takes. So I asked people on Instagram, and I also made a post here on my channel about what your metal hot takes are. For the sake of privacy reasons, I am not going to share people's usernames because I don't want these people to receive harassment. But let's start off with one that just really struck a chord with me. You want to read this one, AJ?
I can't read your handwriting.
Alright guys, brace yourselves. Women shouldn't be in touring bands. They tend to have burnouts around the time they turn 30. What could you possibly mean by that? I'm sorry, but there is no reasoning behind that isn't rooted in misogynism. Proof? Question mark? I think that is just absolutely ridiculous. Women shouldn't be in any touring band at all because they burn out by the time they turn 30. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. But it kind of sounds like you're a person who believes that women can't have children past the age of 30 because their eggs run out or some bullshit like that. I think that claim is just like completely misogynistic and complete BS. I recently became a really big fan of this Russian folk metal band called Arcona, and we saw them live earlier this year, and the vocalist is a woman and she absolutely blew it out of the water.
She's 42?
Yeah, so the vocalist from Arcona is 42 years old and she is just like amazing. But yeah, I just think that's total bullcrap. It is a very bizarre thing to comment. If you think women burn out past the age of 30, I'm sorry, but I feel like your life sort of starts when you're 30.
New metal is not that bad and is still metal.
I agree with this one. Personally, I grew up listening to nu metal, and as an adult, I don't think I could get into it as an adult, but there is a really big nostalgia factor for me when it comes to nu metal, and I'm gonna have to agree, nu metal's not that bad. Nu metal is not as bad as everyone is saying it is. There's some nu metal bands I can't listen to. I can't do Limp Bizkit.
Oh, I passionately hate Limp Bizkit. I cannot stand them. I can't stand Fred Durst.
I don't know, I was really big in the Slipknot in middle school, and like, you know what, think what you want about Slipknot, I still love Slipknot. You don't have to like Slipknot, damn.
Okay, it's
I'll
silly in
put it
like a
this way.
millennial way. I don't like it.
That's fine, you don't have to like it. I will say this, I've heard some underground black metal projects way fucking worse than Slipknot. Anyway, I just agree with the sentiment that like, nu metal's not that bad. There's a lot of really bad nu metal bands, but to be absolutely fair, there's a lot of really bad black metal bands too. Next one. Some people think that slam is the absolute best genre, and some people think that slam is just completely overrated. And you know what, guys? I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna say it. I hate slam. I absolutely hate slam. I've been to so many slam shows. It reminds me of hardcore. It's very much like hardcore. And I think that like making a slam band is the easiest thing that you can do in your entire life. If you don't know how to play a fucking instrument, no worries. You can start a slam band. And it's like, if people like it, because that's the charm of it, is that it sounds like shit. Yeah, saying that as a black metal fan, it's a little contradictory, but I used to listen to slam like in 2020 when it was cool. But like Tsunami,
Oh god, that's like hardcore. That's like breakdown.
it's the same fucking shit. I don't know. I don't want to hear breakdowns. I don't want to hear breakdowns. I'm done. Look it the fuck up.
That's slam.
Look it the fuck up.
Beatdown hardcore. It's not. It's
Beat
no,
down, slam,
that is not what slam sounds
hardcore,
like.
it's all the fucking same to me.
It
Which
is not.
brings us to our next point. 90% of subgenres shouldn't exist. I
true.
fucking agree with that 1,000,000%. 90% of subgenres shouldn't fucking exist. Beatdown, hardcore, slam, mints. It's all the fucking same bullshit. Same thing with black metal. Blackened bullshit. Blackened butthole. I don't fucking care.
I mean, besides DSBM, that should be separate because that's
Yeah,
not
because
black
that's
metal.
not black. 90% of subgenres shouldn't fucking exist. With the whole grindcore thing, like porno grind, gore grind, poop grind, like just ridiculous shit. I don't know why we have to get ridiculous with it. When there's so many subgenres, everyone is just putting all of their time into fighting over what band is what.
Slam's like. Is that? It's like fast shit.
Gatekeeping should remain a thing to keep out people who claim to listen to a genre just to seem cool. I agree. Because if you're just like pretending to listen to like black metal or something just to seem cool, then you don't actually care about the music. And I know gatekeeping is like a little controversial, but it's like sometimes it's very much needed. For example, Cemetery fans.
That's
Cemetery, he claims to like Dark Throne and all this shit. And his fans like pretend to like Dark Throne, and they don't really dig deeper into the genre. Which brings us to our next point. You are a poser if you don't seek out underground bands, which I kind of agree with. I feel like it's to a point. Like if you just got into black metal and like it's something that you're just getting into, or like any genre really, but if you like just got into a genre and you know the main bands, that's fine if you like just got into it. But if you've been into a subgenre but you won't dig any deeper, then it's like you're kind of a poser a little bit.
It doesn't make sense. If you really like the genre, why don't you dig deeper into it?
Alright guys, I don't know if this is gonna be controversial. Deathcore is metal and is heavier than death metal. So, I think it's fair to say that deathcore is metal, but it's not
metal.
better than death metal.
No.
I think it's very known that I hate deathcore. You can respect some of it, I guess, but to say it's heavier than death metal is definitely a hot take.
Was it the band with the stupid masks, Large Prevail?
Slipknot?
No, not like the horn masks. That's Large Prevail, is it not?
I don't know.
This is every millennial's favorite band ever. They suck.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about that, so AJ will really love this one. Corpse paint is boring. An entire genre with the same visual gimmick.
As someone that does wear corpse paint, insert here.
Yeah.
I agree. I do agree. It is pretty boring. It's the same thing over and over again.
I was not expecting that from you.
No, I do agree. It's boring. It's over and over again. But that's kind of why I like it. It's a big part of the genre. So though it is boring, it's essential in a way. It's like eggs and bacon.
I don't think it's boring. I know it is like overused, I guess, and it's like a really big like gimmicky thing. Something that drew me to black metal is like the theatrical side of it. I really enjoy the theatrical like dress up side of it, just like being ridiculous. I love that. And I enjoy corpse paint. I don't care if it is like overdone or overused. I like seeing everyone's different interpretations of corpse paint. It's a signature for some people, and it's like you can identify who is who from their fucking paint. To say that it's an entire genre based off of one gimmick, I just don't think is true, because it's more than corpse paint. It's the style of music, the vocal style, the instrumental style. It's its whole own thing, and it's like it's not just defined by corpse paint. A doom metal band can't just put on corpse paint and then suddenly they're black metal, you know? I think you can make something boring and use that and make it your own thing and make it unique. I think we gotta get more creative. Posers are usually just newbies to metal who have a potential of becoming actual metalheads. I somewhat agree.
Because there's some cases where they actually just do it for the look and they don't listen to the music.
I agree. But again, with the cemetery fans, the people who like, I don't even know what the fuck that genre's called. They see Cemetery wearing Darkthrone shirts and all this, so they'll pretend to listen to Darkthrone and they won't dig any deeper. So it's like, yeah, 100% they do have the potential to become metalheads, but Cemetery fans, most of them are not gonna do that. I feel like it's very hard to discern an actual poser from a newbie, and I feel like that's why so many newbies end up getting called posers, is because sometimes you just can't tell. Hardcore is keeping heavy music alive whether you like the genre or not. And you know what? I hate to say it, but I have to agree with this. I hate hardcore. Everyone knows that I absolutely hate hardcore. But the sentiment that it is keeping heavy music alive is kind of true. Because when you think about it, we're from somewhere where death metal is a really big thing, and it's all a bunch of old fucking people. All of the people in the death metal bands are 50 fucking years old. And there's very few, like, newer bands, you know? But the hardcore scene is alive and well, and there's, like, a bunch of new bands, and it's a very young community. I don't like it, but it is heavier music, and we'll have to agree with that. It is keeping heavy music alive. But that doesn't mean that I have to like hardcore or have to go to hardcore shows, so I will not be doing that. You will not see me at a hardcore show, thank you. Metal is inherently political. This is gonna ruffle some feathers.
No, it's not.
I can understand why some people think it is, because if we take it back to punk and like alternative music as a whole, punk and goth is 1000% political. But when it comes to metal, I feel like there are definitely some political sides of it.
There's political bands, but
there's
the genre
political
isn't
bands
political
and political subgenres such as NSBM or RABM. But like as a whole, I feel like the main consensus is not about being political, but to say that metal specifically is inherently political, I don't know if I 100% agree with that.
From the words of our Lord and Savior Ozzy Osbourne, metal is for everyone.
I think I also saw a comment that was like, you can't listen to metal if you're this, you can't listen to metal if you're that, which we'll be getting into. I think that's stupid. Just like Ozzy said, metal is for everyone, whether it's good or bad. And this next one is, you can't be a Christian metalhead. I'm not Christian and I don't agree with Christianity, but to say that you absolutely cannot listen to metal if you are a Christian, I think that's a little ridiculous.
Though I don't agree with white metal, which is Christian black metal. I think that's stupid.
Metal in general, there are Christian metal bands. It is what it fucking is. You don't have to like it. And you may hear people bringing up the argument of like, you can't listen to punk if you're conservative. If you're conservative and you listen to punk, I think that's just completely contradictory and stupid. But like, no one is stopping you legally from listening to it. Just like metal, not all metal is inherently satanic. Black metal is inherently satanic. Can you still listen to black metal as a Christian? Fucking sure, I don't care. But is it contradictory? Yes. But as it goes for all metal as a whole, doesn't fucking matter. That's like saying you can't listen to metal if you're Jewish, you can't listen to metal if you're Muslim, you can't listen to metal if you're pagan, which there's pagan black metal, or like just pagan metal in general. You can't listen to metal if you are Hindu. You know, it's kind of ridiculous. Alright, boys and girls, this is our last hot take of the day. Punk is better than metal. I'm gonna have to just say no. No, 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 and no. And before anyone says, you don't even listen to punk, so you don't even know what you're talking about, because I do get a lot of people saying that to me, I literally went through a punk phase. I was big into punk at one point, and I will absolutely say that punk is just not better than metal whatsoever.
I never went through a punk phase. I tried. I hated it.
There's a lot of punk that I do like. I really like Black Flag, which I know some people consider it hardcore, which we're not gonna even get into that. But like overall as a genre, I just don't even think it even touches metal. I've been in the punk, I went through the whole punk phase, whatever. I just disagree with that. And also, it's like a dead genre now. I'm sure there are like punk scenes locally, but like in the grand scheme of things, if anything, I think hardcore is dominating right now. I feel like punk has like almost died out completely. It's definitely not as big as it was. So those were some of your metal hot takes. And again, I am joined here by Mr. AJ, and I will have all of his socials linked down below. Go visit my second channel if you don't want to hear me talking about metal. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye!